a chance to watch my short little video?
I did. I got a chance to see it, and so I was really excited for us to be able to connect. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see mine as well.
Yes, I did. And if you remember, way back, probably about a year or so now, I contacted you and did that thing posting on your Instagram and things. And you were doing
Uh-huh.
do you remember you were trying to put a team together at the time?
I do, yeah. Well, it was for the I think it was around the time Pace was doing like an event or something, not an event, but like a
It
forgot
was
what they
some
what they
promotion,
call it.
yeah. It was
Yeah, yeah,
I
yep,
actually
yep.
joined Shard Najumi's team around that time.
Hmm.
So I did get on the team with the RAI conveyor belt. So
Okay. And
um
how was that? How was all that? Like, did you learn a lot? Did
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
I
a
did.
chance to?
He's
Good,
a,
good.
he's a serious cookie, Shard, in developing systems, and he's incorporating the AI components to it, and it's phenomenal what he's doing. He's
Oh no, he's
building
cold. Yeah,
mm,
he's like amazing.
serious
He's
cookie.
one of the guys. I'm just like, oh, okay, you're just a genius. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So it was a pleasure. I was on his team for 9 months, in fact. So before that, I was on Angie Milanazzo's team, Heard of Profits. Did that for
Okay.
6 months, and then before that, I think it was the first Elephant Challenge with Dawn Walker and Mike. I was on that team. They helped with the acquisitions for a while on that team. So I've
Nice.
been around and getting to know everyone, and then I just recently restarted my YouTube channel,
Good.
restarted it, and I interview every day, 5 or 6 people from the community. Uh,
Nice.
have you seen
What's
my
your
YouTube?
YouTube? Let me
Yeah,
follow you.
let me. Yeah, if you subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I've done an educational thread on there on large multi-families.
Hmm.
Uh, Here it is.
Good morning.
This
This is
is the
Graham
one
Norris.
there. And I've done different playlists so you can see what's happening there. So what's bring me up to speed with all that's happening with you? Because I mean, what happened at that point? I know you were looking at building a team. I think it was not good timing for you or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
You were,
Yeah, we had a lot of different shifts that were taking place.
yeah,
Um, and so, I mean, we did end up building a team and it was running very well. It just required so much more that I could have gave because I was also getting more and more into the lending space.
right. Okay.
At the time, I had just finished transferring over into learning about how to build a fund, and I was going to some of these meetings that I was part of and got on board to a fund that was dealing with business acquisitions.
Mm.
So majority of my day was being spent more doing that stuff than the actual real estate side,
Well,
um, which was good, right? It wasn't like it was something I was against because that's the direction that I was looking to lean more towards in the first place.
yeah.
So it's like the natural progression of things.
Mm.
So I think we ended up doing the team for I want to say maybe 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
And then I kind of just helped everybody kind of get on their own. And then I've just been fully focused on, moving forward with everything.
Right, right, right. So, how did you even get into real estate? What was your story there? What
Yeah.
turned towards that?
So, I mean, for me, real estate was more so of a question. It was an answer to a question, right? I got started in business very young, ended up building a couple of businesses with family members, did very well there. Wanted to get more into the public speaking space.
Okay.
It was actually through my mom. My mom, excuse me, had put me in. She joined a network marketing company, And she
Okay.
was like, hey, I don't really speak English too well. I want you to kind of help me. I was like, sure, I'll help you. I look up, my mom's nowhere to be found, right? I'm running the whole thing. And, now looking back, I'm like, you set this up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you knew I would have never took it on. And so I did very well there. And then what ended up happening is I got to a point where it's like, okay, well, what do you do with the capital? Right? Like, I don't want it just sitting there.
Right.
There was two places that you can actually go, right? You can either put it in stocks or you can go into real estate.
Right.
And so I got into real estate. Sorry, what's that? No. So I got into. Go ahead, close the door, please. Thanks. So I got into stocks, and I started learning stocks. I started learning day trading because it was quicker. I can get a little bit more feedback on like how well I was doing. And it turns out I did very, very well. In the past 6 months, I did so well that I was like, this is way better than I thought it was, right? And then the next 6 months was the total opposite. And I was like, oh, what is this? Right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I like it, but this isn't the format that I need. I need something that I can just set my money and it can naturally grow. And so naturally I got into real estate because of that. I learned about wholesaling. I thought that was interesting because it was more active and I was more in my hustler stage at the time. I didn't have 2 young kids. And so I got into wholesaling, and then the progression just kind of went on. I actually learned wholesaling from Sean Terry, who led me to Todd Tobeck, which is the brother of Tom Kroll. Tom Kroll is the gentleman who started Wholesaling Inc., who taught a young real estate agent by the name of Brent Daniels how to wholesale.
Right.
So I learned how to talk to people through Brent Daniels' program. Brent Daniels introduced me to Steve Tran. Steve Tran taught me sales, and he had a gentleman by the name of David Day who taught me raising private money. And through Steve Tran, I saw Pace on the podcast when he gave his phone number out.
I remember.
And I learned about Pace, learned Pace had a best friend named Jamil.
Right.
And so I got my master's from the state of Arizona, right? Like everything real estate
That's
came
amazing.
from there.
That you can't make that stuff up, can you? You're in the right place at the right time, weren't you?
Yep.
Wow.
Honestly, that's really what it is. There's no rhyme or reason, except for I was open for an opportunity, and it just made sense, to me at the time. And I was glad I jumped in and deep dive as well as I did, because it allowed me to open up doors and build relationships that like right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You should actually write. I don't know whether you've written it down, but you should write a book on that, because that's stellar, and there's a lot more detail, I'm sure. People pick up on that. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I'm kind of curious about which network marketing company you're in, because I have that commonality. I was in network marketing for 15 years with Herbalife.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't we weren't with Herbalife, but Herbalife was a great company at the time. My mom joined at the time. The name was Quickstar.
Okay.
Which was the name ended up changing, and which you probably know now is Amway.
Amway, really?
Amway.
You're in my big competitor then.
yeah. That's how I knew about Herbalife. I was like, what's this one?
Yeah.
So I came up through those days, and I was very young, right? So I'm getting.
So how did you do in network marketing? I'm kind of curious. Yeah. How did you do in network marketing? Did you climb the ranks, or how did
I did amazing. It was like, this is what I was supposed to be doing all my life. I just didn't know, right? Granted, at the time, I'm young, right? My mom wanted me to do this with her. I'm 18 years old.
Right.
I'm just about to get out of college. I'm out of high school. And I'm getting these things plugged into me from Jim Rohn, and some of these
Right,
these are, and I'm talking about, this is cassette tapes, right?
right,
So like
yeah.
at the time we was in Philadelphia, so it was my mom, myself, and her friend who lived down the street from us. And we used to get in the car and drive to like New Jersey or drive to New York, and it'd be an hour, 2 hour ride, and the
Right.
whole way through we're listening to these tapes, right? And some of the other leaders,
That's
and they're
so
just pouring this
cool.
stuff into me. So like the
Wow.
foundation that I had
Yeah.
was like really, really
Awesome.
impactful.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
by the time I got to my next network marketing company, which was Tahitian Noni,
Mm.
supplement drink.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I was a rock star. I did very, very well. And again, it wasn't because of me, but right place, right time, right connections.
Mm.
I got into great teams. A gentleman who had passed, his name is Edward Haynes, Robert Dean, Holton Buggs. These are individuals that in a very short period of time of joining the company, I started running their meetups
Mm.
and doing everything here in Atlanta. So like now I host meetups in the real estate side, but people look at me like, wow, how do you do this? I'm like, it's just natural, right? I was hosting 1,000-person meetups to come to Atlanta when we were working in the network marketing space. So
Yeah.
it's not that like I had to learn something. It's just I learned along the way. But
Yeah.
more importantly, I made the right connections, and that's, I believe, the key. The relationships, right?
Yes.
That's
It,
the key
it
to
is.
success.
It is, and you've also got the motor you built yourself up through Jim Rohn. Being a student of Jim Rohn is absolutely phenomenal. We had Jim Rohn as a key speaker at our conferences,
Yeah,
and he used to wear the badge. I don't know whether I think it was a Herbalife
he
distributor.
was. He was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
One of my only regrets is not taking the opportunity, because I knew of him, and I was just like, eventually I'll get to see him speak. Right? It wasn't like a key thing that I made myself go do, and so I wish I had the chance to watch him speak live. But
No.
he's just been incredible and kind of.
I'm so grateful for it. I got knocked out of the game, but we won't get into that. But I'm so grateful for it because of the Jim Rohn and all the motivational teaching and
Mhm.
things, and it's clearly giving you that platform as well, which is amazing. And we
Yeah.
kind of need that, don't we? Because our income can only grow, as Jim Rohn puts it, as far as we grow mentally
Yeah.
and
That's
mindset
it.
and everything else. And
Yeah.
so it's wonderful to have that background, and I appreciate that. And after I got knocked out, I was in it for 15 years, but I did win a couple of Herbalife vacations.
Nice.
I did build a good team and things like that. So yeah, it's well, our team was I don't know whether you don't know probably much about, but our team leader was chairman right at the top of the
Oh wow.
marketing plan. So we used to go around and the VIP events were seeing his house, which was huge house, and we
Hmm.
got treated to all these things. So we had a really good time. But yeah, and then I got into real estate after that. So very
Nice.
similar story. Yeah. So that's kind of
It is, right? All the greats coming from it. And so now you're primarily focused in on multifamily, right?
that's right. Yes. We've only got five
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
Any
So yeah.
any particular areas?
Yeah, let me get into that a little bit. It was
Yeah.
only 3 months back in July. I found myself in a 3-day workshop. I'm probably like you, spent well over 6 figures on my education in real estate, and I've written a
Mhm.
couple of books recently as well. The Investing in Large Multifamily Solved, and also
Oh, nice.
the Demystifying Commercial Real Estate Investing. And
Oh wow. I gotta
um,
pick those up. That's dope.
yeah, they've just been published recently. And then I restarted my YouTube channel, which I've just told you about, with the educational thread on the multifamily. And back in July, I found myself in a 3-day workshop on large multifamilies. much like Vindigetti's do. She's 200 units or more. I'm between 100 units and 200 units, so
Okay.
they're a league lower than her, as it
Yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah.
So 10 million to 100 million space, and we did all the underwriting and I learned all about it. And not that I didn't know it the first time round. I did started with multifamilies, Carlton Sheets, no money down, 22 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and made all the mistakes in the book. When it comes to that, got knocked out of the game. I wasn't sufficiently capitalized, and if I'd known what I found out a few weeks ago, which is really annoying, as you probably know about it all the time, is having an attorney in your back pocket. Legal shields, you probably know them, prepaid legal.
Yeah.
Talking about multifamily, right?
Right, right.
You know, so if I had known about legal shield, I could have consulted an attorney because I was in court every week throwing tenants out. I lost over 6 figures in uncollected rent, for example. I had
Wow.
contractors letting me down. I had banks stealing from me at closing. I had all sorts going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you know, with large multi-families, you need 3 attorneys, a securities attorney, you need a litigation attorney, and you need a real estate attorney. So I'm glad I'm in Legal Shield now, covering that. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm looking for, to answer your question. The biggest thing that kills large multifamilies is insurance, cost of insurance. So no hurricane prone areas. So no coastal areas or Gulf, no Florida, up the East Coast, forget that. California, forget that. And then red states, of course, and then I like a C-class building and a B-class location. So
Okay, so C-class building.
in a
Right.
B-class
Yes,
location.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good area. I'll
Yeah.
do good school district. And as I say, well, the insurance isn't crazy high. So
Okay.
yeah. Did you have any other questions? Oh, we've only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So, all right, and so I know that's what you're looking for on that side. And are you doing much lending right now too?
I will if it makes sense. And
Excuse me.
I'm a lead gator, so one of the original gators. So I'll do up to 90 days. I'm not doing much beyond that because if I do get a large multifamily, I want to deploy the money into that on the LP side as well,
Okay.
for credibility to capital raise. So
All right. And how much do you have that you are looking to lend for 90 days or less?
I think beyond 80 is lost opportunity. So 80 or less,
Okay.
probably my wheelhouse.
Okay.
That's from
Gotcha.
personal funds, so we can always capital raise if you do have a project.
Yeah,
Are you in Gator?
I am. Yes.
Oh, you are. Okay, very good.
Mhm.
You're Elite Gator, I
I'm
presume.
not elite. No, I'm not elite.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. What's held you back from being elite?
Well,
Oh,
at the time when Elite, I know this is about to end, but at the time when Elite started, like I was in Gator when it first launched.
okay.
So, and some of the things that I was already getting, that's what Elite was getting, right? Because Elite
Okay.
happened after.
Yeah.
So at the time, it didn't make sense. But now Elite has so much more stuff that's added on and stuff like that. So it's beneficial. If I was just getting started, I would definitely do Elite. But because I've just been in it long enough, I didn't see that
Let's
it
book
makes sense.
another call with me, Eddie. Book another call with me. Let's keep this going.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me get to you. Well, actually, just send me another Zoom link.
Okay.
And I'll jump on.
I'll do that. I'll send you if it doesn't if it lets me, I'll do that.
Do you want me to send you one?